Okay, there will be no nice sunrise this morning. It was cloudy. So you probably can't see it, but right now my sunrise camera is turned back into the bird feeder camera. And our suet feeder is just sort of waving in the wind there. Anyway, where are we going today? Well, we're going to definitely get our little guns and our bigger guns stuck on the appropriate places. All being well, of course. Now, what's this about? Okay, I bought these from Radio Shack. Oh my goodness, I have to think of where was I living when I bought these. Anyway, it goes back going on 50 years, I guess. Well, maybe not that much. 45 years? Anyway, it doesn't matter. These ones here I bought more recently. These are resistors. And when I got my ohm meter, was it about a year ago? It seems to me that I tested it out and I concluded that it was pretty accurate. So was it yesterday I was surprised when I was trying to measure the resistance of those two light bulbs, and it just didn't seem to be working out. Now at that time there was something going through my mind, but I didn't talk about it. But one of the viewers made a comment that sort of confirmed what I was thinking yesterday, and we'll talk about that, but not today. Let's get on with the model here. Okay, I don't know if I should put the bigger guns in first and then the little guns around it. I think that's probably the way to go. Less damage of damaging something delicate when I'm putting in something big and clunky. Yeah, and I still have to be careful with these. I've been lucky. I haven't broken any of these little antennas or whatever they are off yet. Now I got to admit I have actually bent them and had to straighten them out, but they're still on there. And I think that if I can get these things more or less in place, unless I catch it when I'm trying to do rigging or something like that. Although I don't think that easy line would break one of these off. It could bend it over. Anyway, let's get going here. Now these two guns back here are both the same. It doesn't matter which one we use as long as we use it in the right place. Now this one here that takes the UP gun on the top goes right here. So that would be called main gun number 2. And the other one that is distinctively different is the one that had the platforms on it, which I understand was leftovers from when they used to have a catapult mounted on the top here to launch an aircraft. But when they removed the catapult, they left these platforms on. That's what I understand. Okay, so yeah, as long as we get this gun here and this one back here as main gun number 3, yeah, then it doesn't matter where we put these other two, because they're both the same. Maybe I'll have whichever one I think is the best on the bow. Mind you, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people like to look at a model ship from the back because they like to see the propellers and the rudder, which we have to put on yet. Now they're all made. Oh no! Come to think of it, we have to the propellers. We have to the metal propellers. We have to file them down and paint them. But the rudder's done. Anyway, yeah. Let's move along here. Now, I have been sort of looking forward to this day. Was that dust? No, it's, I guess it's overspray. Okay, as long as we're at the stern here, we may as well start at the stern. I don't think that sort of brings on any kind of bad luck or anything. Now, all right, very, very carefully here. We can always swing this around in the right direction later. I guess we'll have to have it at a bit of an angle. Okay, so we got that one in the right place. Now we can just grab one of the others here. I guess the word grab wasn't oh, you know what? This isn't going to work. I'll tell you why. Because you can see deck tan on here. That one is, you know what? I'm going to have to take my little brush and go around this with the, I don't know which number of gray it is, but we'll figure it out. And just touch that up. Yeah, because the deck tan shows through. I thought that the turret would have completely, but it doesn't. Okay, well, that's what makes this build interesting. Okay, this should not take long to dry. I don't think we're going to need it close to the center there. Now, you know what? The camera's kind of in the road here, but I think I can carefully brush around it. Okay. Oh, we shouldn't be able to see that deck down through there. Might have to give that a second coat. Well, that's okay. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead now and do the other three barbettes and, yeah. Okay, I'm noticing it seems to be a little bit, you might say, blotchy. I did give it only one coat. But you know what? I think it's going to be all right anyway, because we're only going to be seeing the very edge. And at least we got rid of the deck tan. Now I was wondering, why was this taking so long to dry? Usually the 22 dries pretty quickly. And then I remembered, we used the paint retarder in this particular jar of 22 so that it would work better with the airbrush, and it actually did when we used the 0.5 millimeter nozzle, that is. Anyway, that explains why it took so long to dry. Right now it's 12:45 already. And Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I get a coffee visitor, so... Alright, we'll do this again. Sorry about my hands in your way there. No, that looks a lot better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, let's just straighten it out the way it's probably going to be in the display case. I know I can have them sort of off at an angle, like maybe the direction they were when they were shooting at the Bismarck, but I think about the only thing I'm going to do along that line is I am going to have the rudder in the final position it was when the ship was struck. Yeah, if I remember right, they had just adjusted the rudder so that the ship was turning to the port. At least I think that's the way. That's the way it was turning to the port, so it could do broadsides against the Bismarck, and then the Bismarck had their lucky hit, and it was game over. Okay, now let's move out to the front here. Now I don't know if you can see it or not. You should be able to see it, but the sun is shining through the front window onto the model table. That only happens here in the winter time. The sun gets quite low here in Winnipeg. Now, we don't live up where you might call the land of the midnight sun, where it's going to be dark for 24 hours a day. We're not that far north, but it does make quite a difference. What's a tight fit here? Okay, I did the lower one first because I thought it'd be easier to put the... Anyway, yeah, about 3-4 weeks from now, we'll be at our shortest day of the year. Now I have to be careful I don't bump that railing with my other fingers. I've done that a few times. Oh my. We are going to have to do some adjusting here. I'm going to have to take my hobby knife and go around the inside of that hole. Actually, I can see the burrs there. Okay. Let's maybe we're not going to get all the guns on today. What do we got here? 12:56, almost 1 o'clock. Well, let's just well, like I said before, that's what makes the build interesting. Okay, now I want to be careful that I don't break anything else off, like a mast or... I think this is where it's... and I don't care if this stuff falls down inside the hull. Well, if I can get it, I will. But it's not like it's going to clog anything up. I suppose if I was building an RC version of this, and some people have, I'd be a little bit more concerned about what falls down inside, wouldn't I? Alright, now let's try it. I don't think I need to reposition the camera. I think we probably got it here. There, that's better. Now, is it going to clear the top of the one ahead? Yes, it does. Alright. Now, that's pretty straight. Now, do we have time to drop a UP gun down in there just for the fun of it? I think we do. It's only just a little bit after 1. Now, are we going to have to drill that out? As far as I know, this is the first time I've tried this, so... I think that's going to be alright. Alright, what time we got? 3 minutes after 1. Do we have time for another one? Oh, that one was just about ready to fall off. Okay. Now... I have to be mindful of the fact that the old fingers aren't as nimble as they used to be, so I gotta move slowly and deliberately here. Is that going to sort of fall into place, or am I going to have to drill that hole out? You know what? I'm going to have to move the camera. Okay, here we go again. Now, I had thought I would be just dropping these in like nobody's business. I didn't want to be touching them with my fingers, but now what is the problem here? You know, I think I'm going to have to take a few minutes out and enlarge those holes. I'm just going to go around and do them all, and then we'll work on this in tomorrow's episode. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.